Hello, I hope you are doing well. I just wanted to welcome you to another, actually special edition of 15 Minutes of Fame. I'm Ralph Van Forrest, a confidence coach, aka the Queen Ambassador. And let's jump right in because this is going to be this is a lot of fun. So, for those of you that have been following the Secrets of Miss America, it's an A&E docu series that's been featured the past several weeks. We just, let's see, I want to say that maybe the fourth episode just aired this past Monday. It airs every Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Anyway, this behind is like a behind the scenes of the Miss America organization. And the Miss America program started in 1921. I've shared before that I was a volunteer for 14 years, mainly on the preliminary level, which of those of you who are familiar with the system, and I'd love to hear your feedback if you were a contestant with the Miss America organization, or if you've worked as a director or volunteer, please give me your feedback. So anyway, the pageant started in 1921 as a bikini contest. So a couple years ago, they celebrated their 100-year anniversary, all the things. So anyway, this special that's on is going behind the scenes. They're interviewing 20 past Miss Americas that are basically sharing and telling their story. Y'all, they are this the tea. They are like laying it all out, and I will say this up front, having worked with the Miss America organization as much as I did, it does offer a lot of great things to a lot of women. It's a scholarship program first and foremost, and it has awarded that. So I will give them their kudos on offering scholarships. However, like anything, there it does have its downside, and so I'm just going to go over my notes because I don't want to miss anything. So today, what I'm doing on 15 Minutes of Fame here with you, yours truly, just me today, but just wanted to kind of recap on this docuseries. So if you're watching me on Facebook, please like. Also, if you're watching on my YouTube channel, definitely give me a like. And if you like to get more content, 15 Minutes of Fame, the tea, the dish on all things pageants and modeling, subscribe to my page. So anyway, so let's go into the secrets of Miss America. So the first episode, and I added a link in the show notes so you can actually go back if you have not been watching. There's a link to the A&E series that you can go back and you can watch this. You can kind of stream it. So anyway, the first episode kind of talks about, a few years back, there was this dirty laundry that was kind of aired with the pageant. And it talked about, how the then CEO, Sam Haskell, had kind of gone and, basically body shamed some of the contestants and had just made them feel very isolated. A lot of control kind of went into the role that he had as CEO. It was just mind boggling how much mind control that it seemed like he had over these ladies. And they just shared their experience, how the board just basically made them feel. When they were Miss America, they weren't allowed to have any male companies, so no boyfriends. They go as far as to say that no men were even allowed in their room, including their fathers. Like, so their dad could not come and visit at all during their reign. Like when they were in a hotel, since they weren't allowed to have men, that included, their fathers. And it just goes on to talk about a lot of control that went into, having this title. And it, to me, just the isolation in itself is probably, with it being one of the hardest jobs, was a very difficult time for a lot of the ladies. So anyway, definitely go in there, see more about them, sharing their stories. One of the contestants even says how she was pretty much blackballed in the industry and given a bad name, just because she wouldn't really cooperate with what the pageant wanted her to do. So anyway, that was the first episode. The second episode was called Bye Bye Bikini. And in that, they talk of how the pageant got rid of the swimsuit competition. Now, whatever your opinion is about the swimsuit competition, definitely I'd love to, see your feedback and get your comments. Me personally, I know that the pageant started as a bikini competition. Like I said, in 1991, it was a swimsuit competition, not bikini, because two pieces actually were not allowed. In fact, when I worked for the organization back from the early 90s until like the mid 2000s, in the beginning, two pieces were not allowed. You had to wear a one piece swimsuit, which was the swimsuit competition was supposed to be a fitness competition just to see how in shape you were or whatever. So anyway, whatever your opinion on swimsuit, definitely, hone in, chime in, let me know your comments. My personal opinion as a women's empowerment advocate is that I don't think they should have necessarily gotten rid of the swimsuit competition because I don't think the competition is the problem. I think the perception of what beauty is in a swimsuit is the problem. So instead of ridding of the competition, I think the better approach to, in my opinion, would have been to made it more inclusive. In other words, if the competition had been more inclusive of all body shapes and sizes, and not necessarily, only what their perception of beauty was, then I don't think there would have been an issue with girls feeling less than, the ladies feeling less than when they competed in a swimsuit. So to me, that's how you change um, the body shaming. You don't eliminate the competition. It's not about, everybody that participates gets a trophy. It's about really changing the narrative and women who own their bodies, no matter what size or shape, that's where the true confidence really comes in. Um, so, anyway, that was just kind of like my take on that. And then episode 3, I'm not going to speak on episode 4 just yet because that did air this past Monday, but it was a very heavy topic dealing with mental health. You can certainly catch it, and then we'll talk about that next week. But anyway, the third episode talks about rule number 7. And if any of you did know or didn't know, rule number 7, back when Miss America started, basically said that all contestants had to be of good health and of the white race. Yes, it's there in black and white. You can Google it. Excuse me, you can look it up. But, in a nutshell, that's what it says. And so, and I've had some wonky internet, y'all. So hopefully this will push through. It's kind of why I'm pushing through this video. But anyway, that's what rule number 7 stated. You could not be of any other race except for the white race in Miss America when it started. Now that went on through it would be 30 years before that rule was taken out. However, as you know, it was 1983 when Vanessa Williams was crowned the first Black Miss America. She was Miss America 1984. With the Miss America system, we kind of would crown. So she was crowned in 1983, but she actually was Miss America 1984. If that makes sense. So anyway, that was the rule back then. And so you can go back and see like how even years later, the dynamic, I don't know, to me, having been, a volunteer with the organization for as long as I did, I definitely felt a little pushback, in what I was seeing, with the competition, not always seeming 100% fair or whatever. Last year, I did have an opportunity to come back as a state director. I applied and interviewed, and I was accepted as a state director for the Miss Virginia organization, for the Miss America program. And, just after a lot of thought and consideration, I just declined. I love a lot of what the organization offers women, but I've always felt that you are definitely giving more and pouring more into it than we actually would receive, if that makes sense. I know that a lot of pageants just, you do have to put a lot of work and effort into it. Those of you that are queens, a lot of you, on my channel, on my page, you are queens yourself. And it's just very important to me that it's a give and take relationship. I believe in being an ambassador for the program. I believe in, doing what you can to promote your platform and yourself and all the things. But I do think that it's really important that the organization respects you enough to pour into your life as well. And so, that's kind of my 2 cents on it. So, anyway, I just wanted to come in and kind of do a little recap. Like I said, next week I will be back talking about the mental health piece that was aired this past Monday. As you know, my coaching business, the Total Transformation Makeover is my coaching package, and also my online course, and it begins with mindset. And so I just want to say, to anyone who is in a pageant, thinking about being in a pageant, just be sure, that you work on yourself first. When I say yourself, I mean yourself mindset, a lot of self discovery. It's a great opportunity to, showcase your talents, your social platform, your beliefs in this world, and all the great things that you have to offer. But you do have to do a lot of work on yourself first. All right. So, anyway, if you're interested in more about my coaching package, definitely hit me up. Like I said, it's the Total Transformation Makeover, and we start with mindset. I don't give any external makeovers anymore until we start. We start here. We start with the mind. So it starts with mindset, and then there's a focus on wellness, skincare, and then makeup. So anyway, there's more about that in the show notes. And I just want to say, I know this is a sensitive topic when it comes to mental health and self discovery and self awareness and all the things. And it's just work that we as women just need to continue to do on ourselves. Everybody does, but my specialty is working with women. So, that's what's near and dear to me. So, anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and, catch this series. It's so interesting just to see behind the scenes to me of anything, but especially something as historic as the Miss America organization. All right. So, anyway, I hope you are doing well. And as always, here's to you becoming the best version